The ancient Egyptians were one of the most advanced civilizations in the world during their time. They had magnificent structures and monumental pieces of art that are still standing till today. But they also had strange beliefs and rituals that most of us would find utterly bizarre. Hi, everyone! Number 10 is one of the most well-known treasures of the ancient Egyptians, but it's rarely ever mentioned how dangerous this treasure actually was to those who dared steal it. It is, of course, the mask of Tutankhamun, also known as the Boy King. This treasure is cursed. At least that's what many people believe. The curse states that anyone who disturbs the eternal rest of the Boy King will be met with death. Many believe that this curse is real even today after almost 100 years since the discovery of the tomb, because many of the people involved in the discovery and the removal of artifacts from the tomb have died under mysterious circumstances. One of them being the man who led the excavation, Howard Carter. He was the first to be taken by the curse just 5 years after finding the tomb. Then there was Lord Carnarvon, who was funding the dig. He died from a mosquito bite that became infected. And then there was the engineer who took measurements of the tomb, Sir Bruce Ingram, who died from a heart attack brought on by stress and exhaustion. The list goes on. So maybe don't steal from Egyptian tombs. But one of the greatest treasures of Egypt wasn't technically a treasure at all. It was a gift given to Napoleon by the Ottoman governor of Egypt. It is called the Rod of Ra and is an ancient staff topped with the head of the Egyptian sun god. It was thought to have magical powers that could heal any illness or injury. When Napoleon left Egypt, he gave the rod to the governor as a gift. But it changed hands many times over the next few centuries until it ended up in the British Museum where it is today. Number 8. Another curse, this one belonging to the great King Tut. It isn't as famous as the curse of the Pharaoh's mask, but it has to do with the discovery of his tomb. It is said that the person who finds the tomb of the Boy King will die within 3 days. That wasn't too hard to avoid. Just don't tell anyone else about the tomb. But unfortunately for Tutankhamun, the curse continued to strike. Those who knew about the tomb down through the years suffered greatly. For example, there was a British explorer named Howard Vyse who decided to open up the tomb further and move some of the artifacts around. And shortly after he did so, he went insane and died. Then there was the Egyptologist who wrote a story about the tomb for Reader's Digest. Her name was Margaret Murray and she drowned under mysterious circumstances. And these are only two more examples of the many people who have supposedly died because of Tutankhamun's curse. Number 7. Many people think that the Great Pyramid of Giza was used as a tomb for a pharaoh, but no one is 100% certain because nobody has ever found any evidence to confirm that theory. However, there is one thing that we do know for sure. The last pharaoh whose name we know for a fact was buried inside its depths. His name was Khufu and he ruled from 2580 to 2560 BC. His son, the Pharaoh Khafre, was the next ruler of Egypt. And his mummy was also found near the pyramid in a separate chamber. But how was he located? Well, researchers were able to follow a path that led away from the main chamber of the pyramid and discovered a shaft that descended 90 meters into the earth. There, they found a secret entrance to an underground burial chamber where the remains of the two pharaohs were discovered. No. 6. One of the biggest curses placed on the Egyptian artifacts comes from the curse of the mummy. In 1826, a British soldier named James Cottrell broke into a tomb in search of treasure. Instead of finding riches, he came across a sarcophagus with a carving of Anubis, the Egyptian god of the afterlife. As he made his escape, he accidentally knocked the statue off its pedestal, breaking it. Moments later, he heard chains dragging metal moans and turned to see the statue moving towards him with glowing red eyes. He fainted dead away, and when he woke up, he was in a hospital bed. The curse of the mummy was very popular in the Victorian era when mummies were first discovered and brought back to Europe. There were many stories of people who stole from Egyptian tombs only to come home with an evil spirit that haunted them and caused them to die horribly. Maybe don't steal from Egyptian tombs. Number 5. Deep within the Valley of the Kings lies the tomb of Nefertari. She was the great wife of Ramses II and her tomb is one of the best preserved of all the tombs in the valley. The reason for that is because she was the favorite wife of the pharaoh and her tomb was constructed with incredible detail and care. It's covered in beautiful paintings that depict scenes from Egyptian mythology and daily life. The colors are still vibrant and the images are incredibly detailed. If you're ever in Egypt, you should definitely go see it for yourself. But please don't steal anything while you're there. Number 4. Deep within the earth beneath the desert sands, a secret city has been discovered. It has a vast labyrinth of tunnels and chambers that were carved out by hand over 3,000 years ago. The tunnels are filled with hieroglyphics and other markings that tell the story of the Egyptian people. This discovery was made by accident when a team of researchers was mapping out the area using new technology. They found something strange on the scans and sent a team to investigate. What they found was amazing and shocking all at the same time. How can a massive underground city like that just be sitting there hidden beneath our feet without anyone knowing about it? Number 3. In recent years, scientists have uncovered a series of tombs that belong to some of the most powerful people in Egypt. They were found near the city of Luxor and date back to the 18th dynasty. The tombs are decorated with images of the pharaohs and their families, as well as scenes from their daily lives. One of the most important discoveries made in one of the tombs was a large stash of letters written by the royal scribe. These letters provide an intimate glimpse into the daily life of the Egyptian court and have helped historians to better understand this important period of Egyptian history. Number 2. Hidden deep within a secret chamber behind one of the walls of a temple, researchers recently found a collection of ancient texts. These texts are believed to contain some of the oldest known Egyptian hieroglyphics. They were written on papyrus and date back to the 6th century BC. The discovery has been hailed as one of the most important archaeological finds in Egypt in recent years. It's helping scholars to better understand the development of the Egyptian language and culture. 1. Hidden deep within the bowels of the earth lies a secret treasure trove of ancient Egyptian artifacts. This discovery was made by accident when miners were working on a project in the desert. They stumbled upon a series of tunnels that led to a vast chamber filled with relics from the past. Among the most prized possessions found in the chamber was a golden sarcophagus. It's believed to have belonged to a high priest who lived in the 26th century BC. The discovery of this artifact has shocked the world and has led to speculation that there may be even more hidden treasures waiting to be found. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. See you soon. Bye.